Hello all my dear friends, once again I welcome you back to my YouTube channel Modern English with Khundudel. Friends, if you are new to this channel, please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel to get more videos. Friends, in this video we are going to learn the appreciation of the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear by Rabindranath Tagore. Friends, already we have seen the points that with the help of which we are going to learn the appreciation of the poem. So let's start with the appreciation of the poem. The poem Where the Mind is Without Fear is written by Rabindranath Tagore. This poem is a kind of prayer to the God. Tagore addresses God as my father and asks him to awaken his country into a haven of freedom where there is a total freedom of good thoughts, good words, good actions. He also wishes for a country where people would be free from fear, where knowledge would be free to all the individuals and people from all the castes and religions would be united. So as we all know that this poem is written by one of the great Indian writer, poet, dramatist, that is Rabindranath Tagore, and the theme of the poem is a kind of prayer. It is a kind of prayer wherein he is asking a God to give a freedom to the Indian people, to the people of India, as they are not given any sort of freedom. That's why he is praying towards God to give the freedom to the people. This poem is written in a free verse without any rhyme scheme or meter followed through the poem. There are several figures of speech in this poem. For example, repetition, metaphor, alliteration, personification, inversion, etc. An important figure of speech from this poem is personification, where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. Now this is an example of personifications wherein here the tireless striving has been given the human quality of stretching its arm, and that's why it's an important from this poem. Then next is alliteration. Now what does it mean by alliteration? Alliteration means the repetition of sounds which is made in the poem to emphasize the idea. Now let's have a look on the example. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Now this is an example of alliteration. Why? Because the sound W and H are repeated again and again. That's why it is important. And this poem is written in a free verse wherein there is no rhyming scheme, rhyming words at all. That is what, and the writer, that the poet, has not followed any meter to this poem. The special features of this poem is the emotion it conveys and the strong feelings of the poet for the progress of country. It is an extremely patriotic poem. In this poem, besides political freedom from the British, Tagore also appeals to God for social, educational and economic freedom for Indians. Now as far as we think about the features of this poem, so it is a kind of prayer in which it conveys the strong emotions, strong feelings of the poet in order to have a progress in the country. Then it is an extremely patriotic poem. The next feature of this poem is it is an extremely patriotic poem. Now what does it mean by patriotic poem? Patriotic poem means to have extreme love for the nation, to the country wherein we are living. The next is the language which is used in the poem is very easy to understand, that is lucid language is used, and wherein the poet, that is Rabindranath Tagore, who is appealing to the God to have a social, economical, educational freedom for the Indian people. So near about 2 to 3 important features are having to this poem. My favorite line is where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. I like this line because there is a very positive emotion in this line, showing fearlessness, dignity and self-respect. I like this poem because it is deeply sensitive, fresh and beautiful. The poem gives us the message that we must strive till we get success. India can and will become a developed nation only if all of us strive hard. Now the favorite line from the poem is where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Because that line suggests us, that line gives us a kind of emotions in which there is a fearlessness and a kind of dignity and a kind of respect is shown, that people of India should have a respect, that they should live their life respectfully, that they should be fearless, right? They should not have any kind of fear of other people, and hence they should supposed to live the life very enthusiastically and respectfully. That's why I like this line. And this poem is important. Why? Because this poem gives us a message, and I like this poem very much because this poem gives us a message that we must do hard work, we must strive to get our aim, right? In this way, the poet has also challenged, also appealed to the God to give the freedom, the complete freedom of thought, actions, emotions, everything that the people of India deserves. That is what the information about a poem is, and the appreciation of the poem is. So in this way we have covered all the points, and we have learned the appreciation of the poem. I hope students you would have understood the appreciation of the poem where the mind is without fear by Rabindranath Tagore. If you liked and if you understood my appreciation of the poem, so don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.